Hello everybody, now we're going to talk about grammatical complexity 3. That means we're going to become even more complex. Our sentences are going to become a little more complex. So what you see on the slide is the basic sentence in English, subject, verb, complement, right? Well, but sometimes we want to use two of those together. What can we do? How can we do that correctly when we were writing? Well, we have to add something in the middle. We need to add something in the middle, and those are called coordinating conjunctions. But you don't have to know that name. You just have to know that you need to add something in the middle. And this semester we are learning and, but, so, and we're going to learn a few more. These three you already know, but you have to remember to use a comma before them. All right? So you can have a subject, verb, complement, comma, and but, so, subject, verb, complement, a period at the end. So this is only one sentence, not two. And it's called a compound sentence. But you don't have to know the names. You just need to remember we can have a simple one. A simple is when we have only one set of subject, verb, complement, or you can have a more complex one. It's called compound, but let's just say that it's more complicated. And then it has two sets of subject, verb, complement with a connector. Let's take a look at an example. China is the most populated country, and it's also a military power. So I'm adding an idea. Second, China is the most populated country, but it isn't the largest country on earth. That's a contrast. So with and I add, with but I contrast. It is the most populated, but it isn't the largest. Now, let's take a look at so. China has many factories, so there's a lot of air pollution in China. So that's a consequence to this one. China has many factories. As a consequence, there's a lot of air pollution in China. You already know how to do that. But I'm going to now add one more connector that can be quite frequent in academic writing. And that connector is called yet. And it also has a comma. Yet is very similar to but. For example, China is the most populated country, but it isn't the largest country on earth. It has the exact same meaning as but. So I can say, China is the most populated country, yet it isn't the largest country on earth. So you're going to see yet in academic writing often. Alright, so let's move on. One more example. Lots of people think that public transportation is depressing. Yet, most people around the world get around by using public transportation. So again, it's a contrast. Most people think it's depressing, but, or yet, most people use it. Alright, now let's move on to this video. Please click on the play button to watch this video. Now, comparing in writing. Similarities. When I want to talk about similarities, there's lots of ways we use in speaking when we are talking, lots of ways to express similarities, but in writing it's a little bit more formal, so we can express in different ways. So let's take a look at this. Carla exercises in the morning. Eva exercises in the morning too. So these are similarities. Both of them exercise in the morning. So what we do in academic writing, it's common. You start with a sentence like this. Carla exercises in the morning. There you go. Start with a sentence. And then there is a phrase before the subject that you can use to say that Eva also does that. And that that phrase is like Eva. This like here has nothing to do with the verb like. It's a completely different expression. It's just showing this similarly to Eva. Carla exercises in the morning. So I start with one sentence. Carla exercises in the morning. Then I add like and the name of the person. Like Eva, like me, like John, Mary, Carla exercises in the morning. So that means both people exercise in the morning. Okay? Now let's take a look at an example. Puppies sleep a lot. Babies also sleep a lot. So what can I do? I start with a sentence like puppies sleep a lot. I can also say babies sleep a lot. It doesn't matter which sentence you start with. And then I say, like babies, puppies sleep a lot. So I know babies and puppies sleep a lot. Let's take a look at another one. Animals play when they're babies. Do puppies play when they're babies? Yes, they do. So I can say, humans. Do humans play when they're babies? Yes. So I say, like humans, animals play when they're babies. Now let's take a look at differences. Look at this. Carla exercises in the morning, but Esther works in the morning. She doesn't exercise in the morning. It's a difference. So again, I start with one sentence and I add something before the subject, a phrase before the subject. But it's not with the word like. It's with the word unlike. That means it's a difference. Unlike Eva, Esther works in the morning. So for example, animals cannot talk, humans can talk. So right here you see a difference. Animals cannot talk, humans can talk. So we start with a sentence, animals cannot talk. And then we will say a difference between humans and animals, right? So I say, unlike humans, animals cannot talk. So that's a difference. That means humans can talk, right? Another thing that we can do is to switch the positions right here. All right, I can say animals cannot talk unlike humans. All right.